What's going on, guys? BASSFZz here. And, yeah, I guess this whole mature exchange between me and Peter kind of ended a second ago. Because he called me a bad name. He called me a bad name. I'm sorry, it hurt my feelings so much. He called me a moron. It hurt my heart. Okay, all the theatrics aside. Yeah, I won't lie at this point. I really was hoping we could just talk it out. Um, so, uh, let's just respond, man. Let's just see where this goes.
Wrong with the Palestinian population as a whole nation.
So we're just going to completely forget about all the drone strikes that Barack Obama commanded for, right? That didn't happen.
No, I don't know where you got that from. I certainly didn't say it, so bordering straw man there.
That is not how a straw man fallacy works. A straw man logical fallacy is when you take the argument of your opponent, you water it down or you make it weaker, and then you debunk that argument. What I did was provide an example of an atrocity or something bad happening that did not have to do with religion, which fit the theme of my video. If you got rid of religion, you're not getting rid of these bad things. Peter, your video is called Why Fighting Religion is Necessary. That's what it's called. You're not demonstrating that. So I didn't straw man anything.
Also, look at who typically supports Israel. That's right, the Christian right. Have you ever heard of Christian Zionism?
So what? That is irrelevant to the ultimate goal of our discussion. We're talking about why fighting religion is necessary. If you bring about a problem that religion is used as an excuse to do, you're not addressing the actual problem.
I have acknowledged the fact that yes, there are other factors that can cause atrocities. So I don't understand this whole gotcha thing.
You don't understand the whole gotcha thing because you failed to see the ultimate point of my video response, which I kind of laid out clear as day at the end. Now, I didn't say that to be condescending, but I laid it out clear. You're not showing me how religion is the ultimate problem. You haven't shown why fighting it is necessary. And the first part, we argued economics. And this part, we're just talking about we're using religion as excuses. And the next part, we talk about personal experience with religion, which I'm sure we'll get onto in just a second. However, at the end of the day, you haven't demonstrated that. You haven't defended your conclusion.
Yeah, I understand that fact. So what? That doesn't mean we can't try to remove one of the main culprits, which...
Okay. You're affirming the consequence. You're saying because these people are religious, they do bad things. That's not how that works. Bad people do bad things. They have different excuses for why they do bad things, but they still do bad, evil things. Your entire argument is a logical fallacy in itself. You are affirming the consequence. You are saying because they are religious, or because these people are religious, or support religious things, then they do bad things because of it. When the ultimate thing is, they're actually selfish men trying to obtain power. That is the overall theme in anything, in everything when it comes to military pursuits. I mean, the Civil War had nothing to do with religion, and lots of U.S. Soldiers all died on both sides.
Yes, it had a lot to do with the church and the way that the South was using the Bible to justify that slavery was their God-given right.
Then, in my last video response, which I guess you didn't see, or I guess you didn't realize, or you didn't conduct any research, but it was the same Bible used to pull up a different argument. Also, the real thing about the Civil War, which I guess apparently you didn't realize, was the South was defending its economy. The South was defending its right to have the slaves so they don't have to reform their economy. That's what they were defending against. Okay? That's what the ultimate problem with the North and the South was. Okay? They weren't fighting over God. And then here's the worst part. Even if you take that, even if you say, well, the South was defending their slaves or the right to have slaves, that's not why the war was fought. They weren't fighting over religious ideology. They weren't fighting over different sects of Christianity or whatever religion. They were fighting over the economy. And even when Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, he didn't do it because he wanted the slaves to go free. He only did it to keep the Union together. So that whole conflict still wasn't centered around religion. The ultimate problem with the Civil War was economics.
As the Bible does support in stating that you may keep slaves of other nations indefinitely, and also teaching you on how to beat your slave to an inch of his life.
Yes, but context. Context. In Israel. These were the rules and the guidelines for the people of Israel. Are we Hebrew Israelites? I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I thought you lived in the UK. Oh, shit. Huh, wow. Whoa. Huh. Learn something new every day, right?
So long as he doesn't die, that's okay. Then of course we had such Christian groups as the KKK, or even your general white Christian after the war coming along and lynching black individuals because this false sense of superiority, which again was often tied to religious institution.
Love your neighbor as you love yourself is one of the credence in Christianity. Okay? Just because someone says they're a Christian doesn't mean they are. If they're not following the guidelines, which is to love people, and there's actually several scriptures in the Bible that say thou shalt not kill, so if you kill indiscriminately for no reason, you clearly are not following the guideline. So you cannot be associated with the faith. I mean, even Jesus Christ himself said, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth my will which is in heaven. And many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? In thy name have we not cast out devils? In thy name have we not done many wonderful works? And I will confess unto them, depart from me. So Jesus Christ himself was saying, not everyone who claims to be a Christian. He even talks about wolves in sheep's clothing. He even gets on the Pharisees. Jesus Christ has repelled people like this. I don't understand. No, I understand exactly what you're doing. I understand exactly what you're doing. Because even if you take the KKK and say, oh wait, hold on, they're Christians, therefore Christians are bad, you're still affirming the consequence.
Should you get rid of religion, you will not fix that problem.
It's 1 out of 3, and that was not an argument against anything I've ever stated.
Wow, you're just so fantastically smart, right, Peter? Yeah, I know. It wasn't an argument. It was a counterpoint to what you said. It was a counter statement. My argument, which you have never addressed, was getting rid of religion will not solve any of the problems you had that you said. You're not defending your conclusion. Instead, you're just taking it as an opportunity to look like a douchebag. And yeah, I'm fucking pissed the hell off now. Because I get sick and I'm pissed that you even accused me of fucking lying. Alright? I'm pissed at that shit.
I never argued that religion was the only cause of ill in the world. All you have done is come along and say, why do you think we should lock away rapists? There are murderers out there who also cause harm. You're not going to solve that issue by locking away the rapists.
Well, you seem to be the master of straw mans because that's not what I said. Okay, I've said my ultimate point several fucking times. Alright? What we're saying is, you can't take the murderers who killed somebody for X reason, but not address the murderers who killed somebody for Y reason. What I'm saying is, you need to deal with murderer regardless of X or Y. That was the argument being made, or at least that was part of the argument. The ultimate point that was being made was getting rid of religions not going to stop those problems that you have an issue with. And by even saying that non-religious people can do that, you have proven my point. By even saying that, you have shown that the problem will not be fixed. You're not defending your conclusion. Instead, you're just trying to make me look stupid, okay? Which really kind of sucks for an individual who prides themselves, right, on rationality, on philosophy, and arguing. It really sucks that this is what you do. It sucks that you did that. And I feel disappointed in myself. That I wanted to have a good fucking mature conversation. That's what I wanted. I really freaking wanted that. And I wanted to show people that we can just talk, but apparently we can't.
That's exactly what you are arguing. Do you not see how that argument fails? And just to know...
So you get rid of religion, yeah, you may get rid of the excuse, but you won't get rid of the cause, and the cause is people vying for power. The cause of all of those attacks were people trying to obtain power. You get rid of religion, you get rid of the excuse. You don't get rid of the problem.
I would suggest looking up the Milgram experiment on legitimate authority and then realizing the fact that the religious view the ultimate legitimate authority as being a deity, which explains that yes, they can be more likely to be coerced into causing these atrocities, and gives us an understanding as to why, because not only is this God taking the blame for them, but actually classing them as holy for doing this action. And then of course there's the fact that it places a barrier between the person they are killing in believing in different magic men in the sky.
Magic men in the sky is the ultimate straw man. The ultimate straw man of any religion that anyone believes in. That you want to talk about straw men, that was the straw man to end all fucking straw men. Okay? That's the first thing. Second thing. So what? So fucking what, Peter? You're still not addressing the point. If you're not even rebutting it. You're just explaining what the fuck I said. You're getting rid of the excuse. So now people can't excuse their actions by the might of God, but there are still people who are going to try to obtain power through lying and deceit and through killing people. You're not defending your conclusion. You're just explaining mine. Shit.
Hey, Tosser. And yeah, that's just the end of being polite at all. When that happens to those children, there's not an organisation that then moves the predator around, preventing them from being prosecuted, takes their confession, and then forgives them for their sins upon harming another human being. That is the religion. And yes, I take a big bloody issue with that fact.
And you and I would be allies, because I don't like the Catholic. I probably hate the Catholic Church a fuck more than you do. You think you hate the Catholic Church? Not as much as I do. I really don't like the Catholic fucking Church. Okay? But we're not arguing. I'm just going to be repeating myself over and over again now.
Correct. Getting rid of religion wouldn't wipe out all paedophilia. However, getting rid of the power institution that protects these people and prevents justice from being served, damn right am I going to do my best to challenge that, whether it's only one person at a time.
Religion might be the tool. It might be the excuse. But the people who are doing the harm is not the ideology, it's the human being. What you're doing is you're putting the excuse onto religion as a whole. I say fuck that shit. I say you need to find those preachers, you need to put those motherfuckers in jail, you need to incarcerate them, you need to do whatever it takes to keep those children alive. That's who you fight against. You fight the people doing the harm. You do not fight an ideology whose purpose and intent is to do the complete opposite. That's not what you battle against. Okay? Especially not when majority of that half is actually doing good things and doing the right thing. Alright? That's what I'm arguing. That's what I'm saying. We are in agreement. Okay? I don't want children to get fucking hurt. That's why I make these videos. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want anyone to feel bad, Peter. Alright? I'm literally shaking right now. I'm so fucking pissed. I'm legitimately pissed off right now.
You are against the abuse of children. You and I are in agreement there.
No, tell me, which other society without religion has ever started turning out children in droves for being witches? This isn't just one or two. This is mass hysteria caused by the preachers behind the pulpit, teaching everyone about witchcraft and how it apparently exists and apparently it's got hold of their children. What real harm is being done by religion to actual people? Why can't you grasp that?
Why can't you grasp what I have said in the entire 20-minute video? You've missed that entire point. So much so that it's actually quite sad, really.
That's not to say that religion is the only motivator behind such things, as non-religious people can also commit such crimes.
I'm a little shocked he brought that up, but let's continue.
So now you must note that from my video, I never was under the illusion that removing religion would solve all the world's issues. Merely lessen them by a vast deal.
you would still be wrong. It wouldn't change anything that I said. Really, so bloody hell, Peter, bloody hell.
But never has a man committed such things for a lack of belief in God.
You know, as a person who loves to claim that people lie or purposely leave out information in their videos, I can't believe you told such a bold-faced lie.
Calls me a liar and then proceeds to lie. Can we please go back to my exact quote?
That's not to say that religion is the only motivator behind such things, as non-religious people can also commit such crimes. But never has a man committed such things for a lack of belief in God.
Note this fact and note it clearly.
Now, Joseph Stalin was a communist, meaning he didn't believe in any type of religion or higher power. He was an atheist. And of course, it's definitely possible for anybody to kill millions of people if they're corrupt and have power.
But never has a man committed such things for a lack of belief in God.
Your lie was, never has a man committed such atrocity without a belief in God. That's what you said. You said that. Joseph Stalin was that man who committed atrocities without a belief in any deity. I'm not lying here. You are.
Stalin did what he did because of a militarized political ideology, i.e. a splinter off of communism which would later become known as Stalinism. What's really funny is that Stalin, in his early years, was going to become a priest and was actually flipping between the writings of nationalists and the writings of Marx, until, of course, he was kicked out from his religious educational establishment by the Orthodox Church. Do you think that could have had anything to do with his later political ideology and his later actions?
What difference does it make? You haven't demonstrated I was wrong. It doesn't matter what his influence was. You said for a lack in belief in God. That's Karl Marx's manifesto. That's part of cultural Marxism. That's part of communism. I'm not lying here. I don't even know what you're talking about at this point.
By removing the impact of religion, we remove one of the sparking factors and lower the damage inflicted by religion onto the world.
Same way if you remove cars, you will remove the amount of car accidents that happen on the road.
Cars have a use. Religion does not.
Clearly it does to the billions of people who have different types of religions. You have got to be kidding me.
Religion does to the brain when dealing with politics what drinking and alcohol does to the brain when driving. It makes you fucking dangerous. Sure, not all crashes happen because of alcohol, but we don't go out celebrating drink driving.
You are, and have been, affirming the consequence. As someone who is so intellectual, and I'm such the moron, you should have realized that when you edited, researched, and rewatched your video, Peter.
Finally, we have what religion does to the individual, how it tortures the mind, torments them, telling them that in many cases they are lesser beings not worthy of this earth.
In fact, I don't have very many friends who've had an experience like that when it comes
To religion.
Well, maybe you should pick up and read your own damned holy book as it's found throughout it, starting at the very beginning with Genesis.
Oh, wow. That didn't sound like much of an argument, Peter. Really didn't. That wasn't an argument at all. I'm with you there when it comes to Catholicism and legalism and any other type of dogmatic religion that tries to control people. You and I are in agreement.
But as a whole, that's not religion. Now, of course, what you really are talking about is Christianity. However, religion encapsulates all types of stuff such as Taoism, Buddhism, Confucianism. Well, I think Confucianism is more like a philosophy. But I do know you mean Christianity, even though you say religion. But I have not had that experience, and not a lot of my friends have had that experience. But I'm sure some people have, and the true battle is against legalism, not religion as a whole.
No, it's the fucking Bible, as well as the fucking Quran and the fucking Torah. You see, I'm talking about all three at the moment. And I actually deal with what is written in these texts. I can understand if you don't like that and why you are trying to push my arguments aside in the piss-poor manner you have been doing throughout this video, but that doesn't work. It is pathetic.
This logical fallacy was brought to you by You added specific details. The 3 Abrahamic religions. That's all you've really added. That's all you did. I'm not pushing your argument to the side. I just responded to what you fucking said. And you should probably do some research into legalism, because that's more akin to what you're talking about. That's what I fucking said. I was responding straight up to everything that you said.
I'm just going to have to keep on going and going, aren't I, with you? It's so pathetic, so I even stress the fact that I'm talking about these 3 religions in particular.
Exactly. So what you did was differentiate those 3 different religions. You didn't rebut anything I said.
The 3 Abrahamic religions, the most popular, all stand by this.
No. Legalism stands by that. You gotta get your terms correct.
You've got to read your own bloody Bible, mate, as this really is rather pathetic.
You need to learn what the word context means, because it's really fucking pathetic.
This demonstration churns my stomach, appearing to me as no different than a domestic violence situation.
Newsflash! I don't believe in your God. I'm talking about religion, i.e. the clergy who...
Newsflash! No, you weren't. You were talking about the 3 Abrahamic religions, okay? When you didn't say you were talking about the clergyman until later in the video. At that point in time, you specified religion. I was responding to the words you used. You can't get upset with me because you didn't include that shit in your video.
Yes, have a very big interest in devaluing you and then trying to sell you some pseudo solution.
And I didn't have that experience. I don't know what religion you're talking about, because that doesn't sound like Christianity to me. It sounds like legalism, like I said.
To try and earn back your innate human value. It is sick. It is sadistic. Why don't you start arguing with what I say, rather than arguing with what you want me to say?
You follow your own advice, because I did argue with what you said, okay?
The victim doesn't want to truly be in that situation unless he's a masochist. The only reason they stay is because they're forced to do so. And in Christianity, you're not forced to do anything you don't want to do. Now, maybe in legalism, yes, but not Christianity. So, I don't know, I feel like it's a bit of a false dichotomy.
Hellfire? Ever heard of that word?
You are not forced to do anything you don't want to do. Nobody's forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. That's not a rebuttal. Hellfire, what? Benai Elohim, what? Heaven, what? What, my friend, what?
God's fury on the non-believer? Not to mention that, no, your understanding of the domestically abused is absolutely subpar, you see.
Well, apparently you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Some individuals abuse and devalue a partner, and then they come along and say that they are the only ones who will ever accept them or love them, etc.
Thank you for telling me what I already know. All you're doing is further explaining your point. But it's not a rebuttal though. It's not counteracting what I said.
And this gets into the psyche of the abused, and they do not understand that there is an alternative.
Alright, some of the women who end up in those situations, some of the men do so of their own volition. Some of them. And then you're right. You're right. But that's still not a relationship with religion or God. Okay, as a whole, at least. It's still your choice, your decision to convert or not convert, to follow the practices or not. You can do whatever you want to do.
They think that if they leave an individual, it is going to be meaningless and hopeless and lonely.
It's not doing that to me. It's not doing that to any of my family members. It's not doing that to any of my friends. I acknowledge that it does happen. I acknowledge some people have that experience, but I don't have that experience, which means it's not textbook, which means you're not actually dealing with the problem. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it?
That's how it sometimes goes, and that's exactly what the Bible is doing. It is called the fist and flowers treatment, or at least that's what I term it. That's why so many victims stay. They don't realise that there's a chance for another life.
Where one partner seeks to undermine the confidence and self-worth of the other.
him, his own volition, Jesus Christ decided to do it too. He's going to give up his life for us. And that sounds very empowering. It sounds like we're special people. So, I don't know. I don't agree.
Only if you give total devotion to this God. Otherwise, you are utterly screwed. This is the flower aspect of the fist and flowers treatment. You may have heard such phrases as, oh, well, sometimes he says the sweetest of things, or, oh, he's not always bad. This fact doesn't get over the fact of abuse.
So, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
The only difference is that it's the clergy doing it to you as opposed to their proposed God.
And so, if you get rid of religion, you're not getting rid of the clergyman. Okay, maybe technically since they won't be believing in God, but you will be exchanging it with the threat of corporal punishment. Well, not corporal, but with, jail time. You know, Big Daddy State does the same thing. Essence of God, you get punished for breaking the rules. But instead of you losing your soul, you lose your physical freedom. You get put in the penitentiary. It's the same thing. You know, you exchange God for Big Daddy government. You're a statist. Well, maybe you're not a statist, but there are a lot of atheists who are.
Oh, maybe you've heard of something called human rights.
Fuck. Maybe you've only heard of something called the Declaration of Independence, where Tom Jefferson wrote, "We are given certain inalienable rights by our indomitable Creator." Now, this Creator can be Prometheus for all I care. Doesn't matter who the Creator is. But at the end of the friggin' day, when he wrote down those rights, they had to have come from a Creator, which means Jefferson had to have some sort of religion. Okay? You only get your idea of human rights from the theology that is Christianity. So, you're like a dog chasing your own friggin' tail.
Oh, and yes, you have a responsibility, but that responsibility isn't merely there to try and disguise the actual abuse. Also, you have failed to show a link between religion and the state.
The state is a concept. Okay? The state does not physically exist. The government, the people who run the government, you know, are real. They vote and they send laws. But the Democratic Republic itself is a concept. You can't hold the concept. You can only imagine it in your mind. You can only put it into practice. Kind of sounds like God being the ultimate form of love, which is a concept that you cannot grasp. But then there are rules from the government and rules from Christianity. The people look up to the state to fix all their problems. The people look up to God to fix all their problems.
Here, and to top it all off, when you look at what religion abuses you over and how it devalues you, it doesn't just target crimes, it targets being human, your innate impulses, and when you do that, you end up with fucking fiddly priests.
Once again, I don't have that experience, and you've missed context, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Would that solve all the problems in the world? And the answer to that question is no, it wouldn't.
Oh fucking bravo. You take something I acknowledged in my video and assert it as if it disproves my video.
It does. You didn't defend your conclusion, which means you lost. Checkmate.
You are a royal kind of arsehole, Cersei. You really should know that.
What do? Oh, you just make fun of people. You're not an intellectual. You're not even all that fucking intelligent. You don't even understand how to form arguments. The entire time, you have only affirmed the consequence. You're gonna try to sit here and demean me and say I lied when I didn't? It's disgusting, not on my part, but on yours. You know, and you know what? I'm a little disappointed. Because I really freaking hoped that we could have kept this bit civil. I really did. I really hoped. You know, I feel like I let down some of my subscribers. Because they were looking forward to this, man. They were looking forward to a good, healthy discussion. I was looking forward to talking to you like a normal person. Alright? But when you attacked my character based on a lie that you told, there we go. Now we got a problem, my friend. Now we got a problem.
As for my issues, as I've done again and again, you don't seem to know what the fuck you are talking about.
No, you don't seem to know what the fuck you're talking about. Because you did not defend your conclusion.
Maybe it's just a good idea to stop talking altogether.
Maybe you can go trip and fall and get a paper cut.
So yeah, I started out polite.
No, you didn't. You were still condescending. Even after I said what I said. You started out as a jerk. Okay? So get out of here. You started out polite. Yeah, whatever.
And then you took it down shit alley. I'm sorry that you had to put such a shit spin on everything, but that's as far as I go. I think this transaction is dead.
Yeah, exactly. That's coward speak. Coward speak. I gave you an opportunity to have a conversation with me, right? And you're saying, oh, wait, Zeus, you proved me wrong, right? All you did was strawman my entire position throughout your video, and then you're going to say you're done. I'm the coward here. I'm the messed up person. All right, fine then, Peter. I tip my hat off to you. Okay? I do.
Because I'm just not going to be bothered to deal with you changing everything and just, well, being a dishonest little shit.
It's so ironic because you're the one who bold-faced lied in your video. And the fucked up part about it all is you rewinded your own lie in the video and try to pass it off like I'm the dishonest shit. Really, you're going to attack my character based off of one video that you saw. I've seen multiple of your videos where all you do is condescend and demean people. So you know what? Fine. Okay. Whatever. You're better than me, I guess. Not really. I'm not even going to be sarcastic with that. You're the dishonest little shit. How about that, essence of thought? To anyone else who stuck by, man, I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize. I'm sorry. I really am. I feel disappointed in myself. Man. So, if you did like the video, man, click the like button. Click the subscribe button. Comment in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a better day than I do, because I'm disappointed. Adios, man.